Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome back to Cannon Fodder, the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world. I'm sporting one of my other merchandise. So I like this one. There's only I wish I had like the logo a little bit higher. You could just about see it. Yeah. Cannon Fodder TV logo and merch. One of my favourite merch. And to get one for my brother for his birthday. Or maybe the cat. What would you like, Ralph, from the merch for your birthday?
The bucket hat, man.
The hat, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. We'll sort you out, man.
Yeah. It's only, what, another like 8 months, so you
Better late than never, man. That's what I say, anyway. Talking about better late than never. Yeah, there was some activity, some action yesterday. Yeah, we were back in the Premier League. Yeah, but it's a Sunday morning catch-up show because my brother here is with me, live on direct somewhere in Wales. Yes, but anyway, somewhere. I'm gonna give you a location away.
Yeah.
It's so generic, isn't it?
No.
What?
Cardiff. It's literally the centre, pretty much the centre of Wales. Cardiff.
Anyway,
just Wales.
You know what?
It could be in Wrexham, or could be anywhere.
We need to have some words, bro.
Yeah.
We'll get into this one on the other side of this music intro. I tried to help him out. Yeah, anyway, welcome back to Cannon Fodder, the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world. It's a Sunday morning catch-up show. Yes, coming live and direct from somewhere in the UK, North London, and somewhere in Wales. Do you want me to give them your exact location, Ralph? Your address?
Well, some people know anyway, so maybe not the address. I don't want to say I know where you live, but you know.
Exactly, trying to keep your privacy, private.
Yeah, you can say Cardiff. I always say Cardiff when I do my Voice of Reason. So, and there's people at work who know where I am when they see the channel. So it's not that big of a. Anyway, I think we're digressing a little bit.
Yeah, we are. Anyway, guys, yeah, make sure you subscribe. Subscribe to Cannon Fodder TV, please. Yeah, become part of the community. We're working our way towards 15K. I did say that was going to be our landmark. And like now that transfer season is over until January, you can see the subs are getting a little bit more trickier to obtain. But you can help us reach 15,000 by just subscribing. That's all you've got to do. Yeah, subscribe and listen to us for the next hour and just a little bit smidgen on this Sunday morning catch-up show on Cannon Fodder TV. Right, so brother Ralph, how have you been, geezer?
Well, the international break has been good in a sense. Just been catching up on lots of work, some projects, balancing work-life balance. And yeah, it's good. It was good to see how Saka has been well received after the Euros as well. Keeping an eye out on our Arsenal players. Tierney, I think, had a couple of dodgy games for Scotland, and that's about it. To be totally honest, just before we came on camera, we was talking about this wonderful young woman, Emma Raducanu, 18, and she, the US Open. And she went. It's like 10 matches unbeaten. Boy,
yeah,
youngsters, man, youngsters. And like I said to you as well about watching 2 documentaries. Last Chance U. Anyone who's got Netflix, Last Chance U. I've watched one on the basketball team from East LA, and the other one was a American football team. I think in LA as well. And it's just great to have a coach give these young men direction, because some of these young men have gone and done things that are not the norm. But if you're in bad company, that's what tends to happen. but it's the reformation of these young men into something that they love, and it's the sport that they love. And you've got to have a strong coach. And the strong coach, you better get to watch it, especially in the basketball one. He is so much in your face. I can't imagine him at the Arsenal because there'll be people wanting to leave. There'll be people wanting to leave. That is really good. It is really good. I ask anyone to watch it because you can see what it takes to be a coach and what it takes to be a player, and try and get a strategy. And this team went like 29 games unbeaten, which was it was a first for the college. But you can also see the backstory to where these young men were and who they're becoming. So that's really good and empowering. About that kind of thing. I think the youngsters, we keep saying about the youngsters in the team. All they need is the right coach, the right mentality. And even if they've got the wrong mentality, you need a coach that can bring the best out of them.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, good. Actually, just a quick point about Emma Raducanu. I was thinking, what was I doing when I was 18? I was thinking I was at college. Just finishing my last year at college. I was thinking, and there she is, just finishing doing her A levels and just won the US Cup. Age 18, man.
I just started working for this company, animation company, and yeah. I'm not gonna say who they are, but it was brilliant time. Actually, I was talking to another coworker about it. Brilliant time in the studio, and the people around you as well. It's always about the people around you.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, first up, actually, Arsenal were back in action yesterday, and on the Friday morning show, there were a couple of questions put to me in the live chat, as always, about how would Aaron Ramsdale have to become #1 goalkeeper. I said, well, he's not going to play on Saturday because, he needs to have maybe, prove himself a lot more. Maybe put him in cup games. So there's no way he's going to, start, on Saturday. And lo and behold, Ralph, I see the starting 11. Who's at the top? Ramsdale. I was thinking, oh my goodness. And the other reason why I said that I don't think that he probably would deserve, to start, is that it's a high pressure game. Literally, Arteta will probably go for percentages and stick to the devil that he knows, Leno in goal. And again, lo and behold, we see Ramsdale starts. So Yashu, Ben White, Gabriel was the CB pair. Actually, it was a back three. Tierney was a wing back. Samuel Okonga and Maitland-Niles. Oh my goodness! And Pepe on the right, Saka on the left, and Alba in the centre. So a few surprises there, Ralph. Any thoughts on the 11?
Well, like I said, like Ramsdale, it seems to beg a belief that there's something obviously going on with maybe Leno. Maybe Leno's coming up to his last contract or something, or he's got a year left on his contract.
Yeah, but he's not happy anyway, Ralph, isn't it?
He's not. Yeah. Well, even back last season, he said he wanted to leave, didn't he?
Yep.
So that's the thing. When you've got competition for places, it tends to you either hold judgment or you back up your action. And it seems Arteta's making a clear statement, which is good. It is good that okay, well, if I can't be dealing with this kind of like distraction, so okay, we've got a goalkeeper in. Let's put him in. Now, I can't think of a better match really for Ramsdale to get his his confidence up than this one, because there are sterner tests to come. You know what I mean? And I know that it is Norwich, and we can't really just go too much overboard. But it's good for a manager to say, right, you know what, that's our #1, but you're coming in and just do what you got to do. And so far, he's doing it. And Maitland-Niles as well. Here you go. You talked about not having enough opportunities. Of course, he had to front up to Arteta. So Arteta's putting him in. So there's quite a few. There's quite a few people. It seems that okay, well now's the time. Now's the time.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, so going back to the goalkeeping position there, Mikel Arteta hints Aaron Ramsdale will continue as #1 goalkeeper ahead of Bernd Leno. Mikel Arteta hints he will stick with Aaron Ramsdale as #1 after the £30 million man's impressive league's debut on Saturday. Ramsdale, who joined the Gunners from Sheffield United last month, kept Arsenal's first clean sheet of the season in their 1-0 win over Norwich, the Canaries. The 23-year-old performances cast doubt over long-term first-choice keeper Bernd Leno's position at the Emirates, with Ramsdale now set to keep his place in the team. Arteta wanted to say that he was terrific, not only what he did on the technical side, but he transmits his chemistry with the back line, his body language. It was very good. It was very, very good. I think we've been saying all along, with Bernd Leno, for all the wonderful saves that he does do. He's not the best communicator, and I was quite impressed with Aaron Ramsdale yesterday, Ralph. Apart from that, his delivery was really, really good. But it's only the first game. I don't want people to get gassed up too quickly. It's only one game, only one win. And here comes the reality from my perspective. I'm thinking Norwich were in 19th place. Now they sit bottom of the table. And there's going to be sterner tests further ahead, Ralph. And I'm thinking if we cannot beat Norwich convincingly, because it wasn't a convincing performance yesterday, all the other tests, Burnley up next.
Burnley and then down the road. But at the end of the day, you've got one of the stranger than fiction situations is Saliba. It's weird how Arteta's got these players in now after he's bought them, and yet Saliba's out on loan still, and he's going to be doing bits as well. So it is the very first, to me. Okay, the three games are gone. There's not much more you can do about it, other than when the return leg comes back, to improve on that. If we get a chance to, we should. I say we should. We'll be entertaining Brentford. So it's got to be done. That's got to be 3 points claimed back. Chelsea and Man City, however, like sterner tests, but if you can at least draw or even come away with something more positive than what happened before, then at least we the momentum will still continue. But Burnley next fixture, it's not going to be easy because it's all aerial. It's aerial or rugby. You know what I mean? So now these players have to toughen up, Alex. They have to toughen up. From what I didn't see the match yesterday. I only saw the highlights last night. The team look creative. They make some chances. Although I think the now margins that we just had slightly more possession than Norwich. What we're going to do when we are playing against teams who got more possession? Defensively speaking, how set are we? We won't know until we actually get into the mix, and these players start finding their feet more. I think also us as fans, we have to maybe just clamour less. All the we want Arteta out and so crap and blah blah blah. I think now we have to just put that to one side and support the team.
Yeah. It's funny because now that we're back in Premier League action, I don't do instant post-game reactions. I might talk about it the following day. But I did put a poll up in regards to Man of the Match. Now, on YouTube, the options to put, the how can I say, the choices is very limited. And so people were saying to me, "Oh, why didn't you mention that player? Why didn't you mention this player? Why didn't you mention?" I was thinking, well, again, I can only put a limited amount of number of options on there. So I know. Listen, Albert Sambi Lokonga had an okay game, I saw him getting kind of a little bit bullied in the first half, and I thought, well, we're putting pressure. I mean, it was high intensity the first half. And I got one thing right, if anything. I didn't get the scoreline right because I actually thought Arsenal were going to lose 2-1. But I said with Thomas Partey, shouldn't come on, shouldn't be a starter. I said I prefer to see him come on in the second half, give him maybe tops 30 minutes. And what happened? Came on in the second half, gave him maximum 30 odd minutes. And I think he was like the one, literally, the main key in the midfield for Arsenal. So I'm thinking, right, okay, so are we going to see the real Thomas Partey turn up? We'll have to wait and see.
He also got to remain, in part sense, I say injury free. And also another thing as well, with Xhaka suspended stroke COVID, the team won. So Arteta, if he's going to start being a bit ruthless, what Arteta should do, he should keep the same team for the next match. Do you think he will?
No, he won't, Ralph. If it ain't broke, don't try to fix it.
Yeah, well,
if it ain't broke, but although, Ralph, I've got to say very, very quickly, before we go on, Saka to me looked a little bit tired.
Yeah.
Euros, he got a little bit short break, but to me, he's looking a little bit tired, Ralph.
Yeah.
Thinking, yeah.
Is it again a youngster, a really improving youngster all the time? But sometimes you have to. This is the reason why we've got to have another player in his place, because Saka can't do it all the time. Emma Smith Rowe can't do it all the time. Odegaard can't do it all the time. That's why you need an enforcer. To me, Thomas Partey can or should be that kind of enforcer to protect the flair players. You know what I mean? So then they've got a bit more expression, and they can hurt the opposition, but also you're protecting them because they're going to be going to. They're already targeted. They're already targeted. They're already targeted. You know what I mean? As soon as you're playing midfield, you're pretty much targeted. One season it is like, well, you're like an unknown quantity. Second season onwards always becomes tougher because you're targeted. You have two players on you most of the time. Or they don't hurt you until you start posing more of a threat. Then you're gonna be in with the rough stuff. I was watching a bit of them down the road, innit? and they're crazy defender. You see what he did to Zaha? He slapped him in a tackle, and I was thinking, well, that's got to be a red card because hands to the face is a red card, but he got a yellow. So he's going to be out anyway. He's going to be out for the North London derby.
Yeah.
But the way I see it, that's what happens when Zaha knows he's going to draw fouls.
Yeah.
He knows that he's targeted, and he's been ever since he's been targeted. Our young players are just establishing themselves now. They're already targeted.
Well, I might as well go into that segment now, innit? Patrick Vieira, thank you, Ralph. Patrick Vieira's remarkable record against Tottenham as he continues to haunt the old rivals. Yeah, Crystal Palace manager led the Eagles to the victory over Tottenham on Saturday afternoon. Wonderful stuff. Yeah, Crystal Palace, an impressive 3-0 win over Tottenham on Saturday to maintain its formidable record against the North London, heavyweights, but rivals. Wilfried Zaha's penalty and a brace from debutant Odsonne Edouard sealed all 3 points for Palace, with the Eagles claiming their first win of the new Premier League season on home turf. I actually didn't realise that was Zaha's first goal against Tottenham. Didn't realise that. But yeah, man, Patrick Vieira, wonderful stuff, man. Really, really good. Yeah, so I think the only ever defeat that came when he played was back in 1999, a game which he scored and was also booked for the Gunners. But yeah, man, nice one, Patrick. Yeah, wonderful stuff, Patrick Vieira.
You know what, though, Alex?
Yeah.
As good as it is, let's not get this twisted. When he comes to the Emirates, as much as he's going to get a really big, you know, he knows where we are at this moment in time as well, and he'll be telling Crystal Palace, all you got to do is just front up. Zaha, you just carry on. I mean, I think the last match we played against them, we did beat them, didn't we? I think we beat them. Was it 2-1 or 3-1?
Might have been 2-1, I think. I thought
2-1.
it was 2-1.
But and we nullified Zaha. We just nullified him. He was frustrated because no play went through him, and I think that's what you got to do. You got to nullify him. But yeah, as good as it was, it just makes me a bit happy to go back into work tomorrow.
I think we played them in November. Let's have a quick look. Oh, December. We played Crystal Palace in December. December 16.
Okay.
Right. Okay. All right. Yeah. But I mean, I do like the way that Crystal Palace plays now. And he actually did say in his press conference that he wanted and he demanded his players to put pressure on the top players. Don't give them any time to settle on the ball. And yeah, man, 3-0.
Even Kane went missing, man. I think
total shutout, man.
Yeah, no shot, no passes, nothing. He was gone, MIA.
All right, and the last bit of news we want to talk about is again, going back to the poll. There's only amount of certain amount of options I could have put on the poll, but Tomiyasu, I like the look of him. He's both-footed, built. I think ideally built for the Premier League, and he got taken off. I think with like 20 minutes to go or 15 minutes to go. But yeah, it was a good start. Good start from I think they call him Tommy now, don't they? Tomiyasu. But yeah, Ian Wright described him as being an excellent start to his Gunner career. Yeah, but that's it.
He had a shot. I tell you what, because it was a screamer, if that had gone in, that was it.
Yeah,
that was it. It was like, yeah, very promising. Very promising.
So that's it. That's like our post game reaction, if you could call it one. I don't know. I know the thumbnail. It's got like Arteta on one side and Daniel on the other side, and it's got like Sunday Ketchup. So is it a post game reaction?
Well, it is a kind of like post game, and not even a deep analysis, is it? It's just it's well done. I think the reason for that as well is because if we had beaten Brentford, and if we could have at least drawn one of the matches, I'm saying, just rose-tinted glasses for me here, but if we could have beaten Brentford and drawn one of the matches, then I think that we'll be more on our way. But it's like we've had to wait, and the time that we've had to wait, and we've lost 3. Yeah, we lost 3. This is the match that we had to. We had to show, and even if we scored maybe 4 or 5 goals, I mean, we should have at least had 3 goals. Should have been 3-0 in retrospect. I think Mube Guna said how there's no way that Arteta's gonna lose a 4th game in a row. There's no way. So for what I saw on the Easy Talk, that was quite good. It was good, but I think we're just holding it back a little bit. We're just trying to not get too immersed. I mean, my voice of reason is going to be maybe about 2 minutes. But I think it's also just the fact that we've got Burnley. There are sterner tests to come. Burnley and them down the road, if I was in a dressing room with the rest of the players, I'd be holding everyone up against the wall like that Adams did with Lee Dixon.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the match that we have to win.
Yeah.
There's just no way. There's no 2 ways about it. We have to win.
But
You
Ralph,
know.
don't you think, Ralph, the game yesterday was more about the result rather than the performance? Again,
Yeah.
Alba wasn't fantastic. Erdegaard wasn't that great. And it was good to see Emerson Rowe come on and literally with his directness. Saka, like we said, was looking a little bit fatigued. Lacazette didn't get any minutes. Thomas Partey came on. But I think it was more about the result than the performance. So we've got the 3 points. We've got the 3
I think
points.
Arteta is just going like, okay,
Oh, yeah.
to the next month. And Edu as well. So I only spotted this on watching the replay. Edu was in the stands as well, and I'm thinking, yeah, jet ski days now are over until the season. Even when the season's done, make sure that you get. I mean, the transfer window January.
Yeah.
Whatever areas we need to strengthen. Get the business done early. If you get it done early, then we can't argue. We can't argue. But the whole time you're dawdling and say, well, we could have. That is when we're going to start coming back after you, because it's not could have anymore. You've quite clearly got the money. You've got the money. There's still there's still 100 million left out there somewhere, or 90 million left out there. You know what I mean? You still got to count that cash, eh? You still got to count that cash. So there's still 100 mil still out there. You spent 150 or 130. There's still 100 mil out there. So don't give us any more flannel. Just get the players, strengthen the squad, and get the business done early, and then we can have a coke and a smile, as they say.
Yeah, I think there is a lesson to be learned there. Know that everyone deserves a break, Ralph, but the lesson should be get the business done early and then have your break afterwards. It's like, I don't know, you're on holiday, but we haven't done a lot of business in the window, and then the players were got in. Like, to me, it was like just panic buys. But get the business done early, then be in your jet ski, wherever you are, Saint-Tropez or somewhere in the south of France. But get the business done and show us literally your intent early, and then you can have your holiday.
Yeah. If anyone wants to come after me, I'm on my jet ski. I said, but look, we just signed Brendia.
Exactly.
We've got Basuma. We've got Hosamoa. Listen, I'm on holiday, man. Come back to me before we even start pre-season. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Anyway, guys, so that's been the segment of live news, like a little bit of a post-game reaction, if you can call it one. But one thing for sure, it's a Sunday catch-up. That's without doubt. It's a Sunday catch-up with my brother over there. Anyway, we're going
to 10 degrees.
We're going to go into a break. When we come back on the break, we'll go into the live chat and see who has joined us in the live chat. At least I can see we've got two moderators at this time on time. Was it Friday? I didn't have no moderators until like the last 5 minutes. I mean, what's going on, man? Was it Friday? Was it Friday morning, or I can't remember. One of those days there. Anyway, I didn't have no moderators. 7 moderators, Ralph, and they're all sleeping. They're all sleeping.
Do we need to do like a register check-in before we start?
No, we need to sack them, man.
Wow.
All right, guys. So we're going to take a quick break. Maybe give you a moment to go and get some refreshments, some water. Maybe go and visit that room. You know what I'm talking about.
Are you putting the training video on?
The who?
The training video. The training promo.
No, I'm not. Why?
Give us some time to do some press ups.
Anyway, see you guys in a few moments.
As part of the Canon 4 TV experience and services, we're now extending out into additional online products such as voiceovers, thumbnail artwork designs, and video editing for small YouTubers who have less than 1,000 subscribers. Voiceovers. If you need voiceovers for short videos, 30-second adverts, stories, intros, and outros, then we can do this for you. Let us know the length of the voiceover and we will give you a polished audio file in less than no time. In addition to this, thumbnail artwork designs. As we pride ourselves on sharp HD thumbnail artwork designs, we can do this at a relatively low price. Send us your specifications and we'll produce eye-catching designs to attract subscribers and followers to your platform. And finally, video editing. We have a range of video editing techniques, special effects, and software to produce a polished end product for which you can be completed in the quickest time possible. Now, if you would like help and support getting your channel promoted and your subscriber count going, then send us an email at artworldpublic1@gmail.com. I repeat, artworldpublic1@gmail.com. We are here for you, for the Canon 4 TV experience.
So there you go, our promo video when we're offering our online digital services. If you have a media account, social media platform, and you want some help with a consultation, video editing, or thumbnail artwork, or maybe some coding, send us an email, artworldpublic1@gmail.com, and we will help you. There is a nominal fee because we can't give our services for free just yet. We're still small, but a growing community on Canon 4 TV. Right, let's go to the live chat and see who has joined us. And lo and behold, Ralph, we've got a moderator.
Hey,
Hey up, Gooners,
hey.
Ashley D.
Ashley D.
Well, it was Norwich. We were lucky to get the tap-in goal. And the next, lucky why? Why lucky?
From what I saw from the replay, Krul was like arguing with the ref, saying how he felt Aubameyang was offside. But I think the ball came off him and off another player, and it went straight to him anyway. So that was it. But it was a tap in. Well, when it's there, tap in or not, it's a goal, isn't it? So
yeah. And the next team would not miss the chances Norwich had. They had quite a few chances. So basically, even though we played better than previous, nothing to impress. Completely. And that's the first thing that came to mind, that under a more sterner test, I doubt literally that Arsenal would win. And who's up next? Burnley. Burnley. The new players were good. So hopefully things will now start to improve as they settle in. Just need players to learn how to score. Yeah. Our second moderator for the morning. Ketchup. What going on, Alex, Ralph, and the Canon 4 TV family? Monty, I'm good, man. I'm good. All Raz's stalkers now heading to Cardiff. I tried. If I say Wales, you begin, whereabouts in Wales? But he mentioned it himself, didn't he?
listen, one, it's all good. Two, stalkers. I don't think I've got that kind of like persona to have stalkers, man. So very much.
Well, Ralph, listen, I've seen the figures. Your voice of reason, you're having like 2,500 views per segment. So maybe.
1% may be a psychotic.
Oh, Ralph. I tried to protect you, Ralph.
Hey, listen, it's all good. If they're Arsenal fans, it's even better. So
yeah. All right. Once this please hit a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new here. Excuse me, Mark Webber. Good morning. Says lucky the goal counted, to be honest, or else. Estimated Nars, Ramsdale. Hope they play after this game. A consistent 11. The win is what is want the most. We wanted the most. But yeah, the consistent 11, isn't it? We might have to ask for a little bit of rotation because again, Saka did look tired yesterday. Erdegaard got a little bit tired towards the end as well. So it might call for some rotation. And that's the point we're trying to make on the Easy Talk on Friday. That Arteta has to have his core group of players. Stick to the core group, but then maybe make some changes. Players get tired, they get injured, but your core group of players are going to be your 5, 6, or 7 players. But Tomiyasu looked very good. He looked okay, looked all right. But again, Norwich.
Yeah.
Bless up family says Jamaican Gunner. Yes. I hope you're keeping well, my brother. Winning is dangerous under this manager. It hides the frailties and keep him around longer.
I understand what he's saying, because he probably feels that now we've won, we're not going to, everything's all rosy in this garden. But I think as Arsenal fans, we know everything's not rosy. We know that there's still some more underlying issues in this club. Don't get twisted. Kroenke ain't off the hook. It's a stay of execution, if anything. And Arteta as well. Arteta, knows now that, okay, maybe he's going to have to beef up the team a little bit against Burnley. You know what I mean? He's going to beef up the team against Burnley. But anything that he does that's a negative, he'll be back under the cosh again. And that's the life of a manager. Some days you sail through and everything goes your way, and other days, you've got everybody, want their piece of flesh. So, that's welcome to being a full-time manager, Arteta. You know what I mean? But I can understand Jamaican Gunners saying that I don't think it hides frailties. We all know they're there. The worst thing is that our opposition knows that as well. That's the worst thing. So, how do we hide them, or how do we play with those frailties and give them less credence, but bolster our defenses, and when we have the opportunities to score, take the chances, because we know that these other teams now, they're all still smelling blood. It's all, okay, well, they only beat Norwich. It wasn't like we beat Man City or Chelsea or Liverpool or Man United. So these are the sterner tests to come.
Yeah.
But we know they're there. We know the frailties are there.
James Miller says, sat by the pool in Portugal, very nice, on tender hooks, last 10 minutes of the game. Just happy for a win. Take the points any way we can at the moment. Positive boost. And that's what I said. It's more about the result rather than the performance, and hoping the performances from each individual player will be the sum total of a good team performance. But the first that came to mind was 1-0 to the Arsenal. 1-0. Yeah. The Assembled says, good morning to you. As and Rouse, we expected to beat Norwich. The tactics and the structure works for 20 minutes. Alba should have come off on 60 minutes, and Martinez should have come on to inject pace, in my eyes. Tactics, isn't it, Ralph? Again, having like a plan B or a plan C. And for me, Arteta doesn't have.
No, I think we're not coaches. We're just armchair observants. Those that go to the match. It seems like there was a really good attendance at the stadium as well. So all that money going into Kroenke must be thinking, great, that's good. Let's keep the fans kind of like relatively happy. In a sense, it could have taken Aubameyang off. If he's going to be ruthless, then you do that. But Aubameyang scored, and he probably felt he could have scored. He did have about 3 chances, Aubameyang, in the game. Tactics and structure, that's just the way it goes. Sometimes your best laid plans. I think Arteta's best laid plan is just to win, and if it doesn't come off, then it is like the Olympiacos look. It's like, well, why aren't we winning? Why aren't you doing what I've told you to do? And like I said before, in the documentary I've been watching, Last Chance you got both coaches, because of the respective games, they're on the sidelines, and if they're not on the sidelines, they are literally in the player's face. They are in the player's face, and I think that kind of game allows that. In football, it's not so. It seems very congealed or genteel, as it were. You know what I mean? It still feels like, well, I'll talk to you at, if you can't hear me on one side of the field, then wait till we get into the changing rooms, and then you can hear me. You know what I mean? But he does need more tactics. Like I said before, he needs a strong number two. I'm not sure if the strong number two, is whispering in his ear and said, well, we need the Aubameyang off. What observations. At the end of the day, it's his but he's got to live and die by his actions, right?
Exactly.
He's got to live and die by his actions. So he can't say, well, because of the ref, because of VAR, because of the weather, because of the ball. It's your tactics at the end of the day, and you got to say, well, I put that player on, and I took that player off because. But you got to live and die by your decisions.
Right. Well, we've got a message here from our sister Ralph.
Oh.
And she's watching, and she actually said she's responding to Jamaican's Gunner's comment in the chat, and she says, "Didn't I say Arteta isn't the right manager for the job? He's too soft, more of a friend than a manager." So this is coming from our sister, not in the live chat, but she just sent me a message here now because she's watching the live show now. So just responding to Jim American's response about winning is dangerous under this manager. It hides the frailties and keeps him around longer.
But another thing as well, just to finish on that point, potentially, I think you mentioned it on the Easy Talk. If for example we go on a run and then we lose maybe 2 or 3 matches, what happens then? If we go on another run and we lose more matches, what happens then? I would imagine at the very least that the board would say, well, you know what, these are the contingencies just in case, but maybe I might be giving too much faith in that area. I mean, us as fans, that's what we think. We think, you know what's the potential that if he does go south, is Conte still available? What about Zinedine Zidane? What I'm saying, there's got to be some kind of thought around the table. Just what if?
There's another comment that she's come up with as well. She just says, the days of Alex Ferguson is over. You can throw hair dryers or send them home if they have a funny haircut, but you have to manage effectively. And yeah, she just to say hi to you, Ralph. Otherwise, just come to the live chat and just type the comments in the live chat. Yes.
We've got family coming in. No, that's good. But yes, again, Sis is right. The days of the hairdryer has gone, because now I think the slight tilt is players will say, well, you know what, I don't have to play. I can down tools.
Yeah.
I've got my agent. He'll sort me out. I can go. I'll go over to Arsenal because Arsenal can pay incredible wages for average players. You know what I mean? So we have to start becoming a bit more ambitious, but then we've got to make sure that we back the manager when the manager does get it right, and then try and lessen this player power status quo.
Okay. Have I read this one out already?
Yes.
No, I have. Yeah. Ashley says, James Miller letting us know he's living the life next to the pool in Portugal. Maybe he needs to go. Get on a timeout. That's actually 19 minutes of following the game on text instead of enjoying my holiday. Ah, dearie me. Raz's Stalker Club meeting in a bush in there you soon. What? 18 gooders watching, so let's hit all those like button, please, and always remember to subscribe. And also, who else do we have here? We've got, and Monty just reminded everyone the same, please. We appreciate all the gunners here with us. Thank you for your time. Arsenal still not good. We have been saved by Norwich. Well, the season's just started. No one's been saved. No one's been saved. Again, I don't want everyone to get gassed up. Oh, we've won, and no. 4 games in, 3 losses, 1 win. So, been saved by Norwich. No. Good morning, No Spicer. When you're under the cosh, Norwich at home was ideal. Our players scored were mostly 6 with a few 7s. Partey must stay fit. Players must be sold in January and others brought in or no Europe again. Well, no, good morning to you. I've said minimum, as a minimum, I can see Arsenal not being in any kind of European action for the next 2 seasons, as a minimum. We're still in transition. We've been in transition for the longest time. You know, we've got an inexperience. I know he's been there for, what, 20 months? He's still inexperienced. And as my brother said, only he can do the right thing. No matter what we say in Cannon 42, we don't affect or influence anything that happens at Arsenal. And I'm happy with that. But it's for him to fall on his sword and learn the lesson. He's got to learn the lesson. But as a minimum, I can't see Arsenal being in any kind of European action. Minimum two seasons. 2 seasons. Ralph, your thoughts on No Spice's comments there?
Pretty much what you said. I think as Arsenal fans, we've always been told that we're impatient, that we should follow the process. Someone came up with a really good tagline, reversing that, trust the process or process the trust. You know what I mean? You got to process the trust. In terms of the fact that we could be out of Europe again because we're in our transitional period, doesn't sit right with Arsenal fans. You know, anyone from say Wenger era onwards would have known about what happened previously when we weren't in Europe, or when we did win a match in Europe just by against I forgot the name of the team. I know Asprilla, and in 1994.
Oh,
Parma.
Palmer.
We beat Parma, right? So some of the I want to say not less established, but the history back, you may not have known that. You may not know. You can only watch it on YouTube. You know what I mean? You know, you watch clips of how we beat Parma. Parma was the team at the time. You know what I mean? And then when we got into the Champions League, as James Rowe mentioned on countless occasions, we were in there for at least 18 seasons, maybe 19 seasons, or maybe undercutting it by a season or 2. We had every opportunity with the best players that we had to at least win it once, twice, if at a stretch. The team down, not down the road, but down Chelsea, they've won it. I say Chelsea, they've won it twice within 10 years. We were in Europe a lot longer than they were. I remember when they were playing like in some kind of like Intertoto Cup or something, and they won that. You know, I remember 2 of the guys I was working with in Bridgend, in Wales. They were Chelsea fans, and we're talking about 97, 96, 97, 97, 98. And they said, "Oh, you know what? Or we're just glad that we're in the Premiership. We're in the Premiership now, and we're going to try and go for Europe." And I'm thinking, "Are you kidding me?" I was joking. So, "Are you kidding me?" And then to see them get what we wanted, we won the Premiership. We became invincibles, and yet we couldn't crack the egg in Europe. But Arsene Wenger said, "Oh, you know what? There's time. There's time." Arsene Wenger's come and gone. That golden chalice, he ain't gonna win it for us because he's no longer there. So we're in a very transitional period, and there's the fans who want us to be in Europe by the end of this season. They're going to be in for a rather shock. Don't get me wrong. I'd be grateful. I'd be happy if we can be in Europe at the end of the season. But we still got a lot of knots to get rid of. We've still got a lot of players who have not produced the goods that we thought that they can produce. They're still in the club. We've still got an owner who is not really aligned with us as fans. There's a lot of knots in there, and we've allowed it. We've allowed it to happen, eyes wide open, following him blindly. I had a customer on my department who was an Arsenal fan, and we spoke for about 10 minutes. His wife unfortunately left us because she wanted to get the stuff, but we was talking 10 minutes about the club, and he was saying Arsenal this and Arteta that, and I was saying, but yeah, mate, but look where we are. Look where we are, and we allowed certain things to go on, and we didn't punish those people. We let them just literally walk off with a whole load of money, and they left us in the dirt. So unfortunately, Arteta has copped it. They deemed him fit to manage this club. They didn't go for any other managers because they were thinking that it's going to cost them too much money. They weren't thinking, well, we haven't won a European Champions League for X amount of years. That didn't come into their heads. It was all about money. Let's not get that twisted. It's all about money. So us being out of Europe, if we're out of Europe again, I think that we are, more of the T-shirts, more of the kit won't be on young kids of Arsenal supporters, because the kids mixing with other kids will see Man City, they see Chelsea, they see Man United, they see Liverpool, they see maybe even them down the road, because they're at the top end of the table, and we're languishing. And yet we still want the quantum leap to be in Europe by the end of this season. Sometimes we have to see it for what it really is. We have to take our time, because we had time before and we squandered it. We had money before, we squandered it. We had players before, we squandered it. And even some of the players who left us to go and get those things, they've got them. But you can't be telling me, if you're a real diehard Arsenal fan and you say you're a Gooner for life, and you won the Premiership with Man United, and you won the Champions League with Chelsea, that you didn't think that you would rather have won it for Arsenal at least once.
Someone says, I would be wrong to assume that to be a manager, you need to have a plan and be creative enough to change with direction, i.e. decision maker. Ralph.
Yeah. Yeah, you can assume that. We can all assume what we want the best for. We've seen, let's put it this way, we have seen, and I'm putting 3 managers up there in my lifetime, God willing. I've seen Liverpool managers who were the doyen of Liverpool. I've seen the Shankleys, I've seen the Paisleys, right? Rafa Benitez and all that came after, but the foundation was firmly set with them. That's why with Liverpool, it became a religion. Football became a religion. We had Mourinho, we had Ferguson, and we had Wenger. And those were the matches to watch, because to see Wenger fight against Mourinho on the sidelines, for Wenger to put his finger up Ferguson's nose to put out a joint, because Ferguson loved the referees and the referees loved Man United. And then all of a sudden the Usurper came up, Arsenal came up and chucked the rule book, and Wenger was seen as the playmaker elite. And now look how far we've dropped down. We had, for a moment, where the glitz, we had Unai Emery, and I keep putting my hand up. I said, no, top 5 with Unai Emery, no, we deserve better than that. Yeah, it's time for him to go. Look what happened now. Look where we are now. Brilliant. A decision maker, whether Arteta feels that he is or he isn't, he is. He's in charge. He's in charge. And as much as we want to influence, we can't. We can only vote with our feet. We can vote with our. Look at this top. This top I've had years. I haven't got the new top. I haven't got a new top. I don't mind. As I was talking about the competition I wanted to set up a while back. I don't mind doing that, because I feel that'd be a greater good for the fans. But if you're going to go in saying you want change, you want to change something, and then you go in and buy the kit, then you're influencing them to keep the guy.
Mm.
He's got to follow his own path. He's got to, the direction he's taken the team so far. This is just one win out of 4 matches. It's a breeze. Let's see what happens against Burnley. Let's see what happens against them down the road. People come to us and say, I wouldn't give him 10 matches. They're going to give him as long as it takes.
Big Dog says, hello, Raz and Alex. Just thought I'd pop in at my grandmother's birthday. Alex, mine and your predictions were wrong. Phew. Anyway, have a good Sunday. Glad to get the win yesterday, but I'm still Arteta out. Okay.
There we go.
Any goal is a good and welcome. Mel Charles once scored a goal when the ball hit between waist and thigh. Sometimes better to be lucky than clever. Yeah, well, it was a goal, innit? It was a goal. I said it was more about, the win than the performance, and we've bagged our first points of the season. So again, I just don't want people to get too hyped up because we've won now. We've got our Arsenal back.
Yeah. We're on our way. We're not on our way. Yeah. We're a long way from being on our way.
Yeah, there's a lot more of hoops that Arsenal need to go through before you convince me. And the thing is, Colin, much Arsenal says, holding on for grim death against Norwich to me just papers over the cracks. There's no getting away from it. Morning, Axel Raz. Glad we got 3 points, but there were times when we looked like 11 strangers. We had trained together, so no excuses. And I'll give the story about the players. Sometimes they look like they've just rocked up at Hollow Road Station, which is the closest underground station to the Emirates, and you've got Arteta outside. Say, excuse me, I need 11 players. Would you mind playing? They look like 11 individuals. They're not playing like a team. There's no cohesiveness. But hopefully that will come with time.
We've played for teams like that, Ags.
Yeah,
like that. They see, you two look good. Can you play for us? Yeah, okay. And then about maybe 2-3 matches, we think, no, we're not going to play with you guys anymore because you're not together. You got one guy who he takes the ball all the way from midfield. He can't score, can't pass, and then he stays where he is, and then we're defending. And then we give him the ball again. He does the same thing again. Everyone's shouting for him to pass. He doesn't pass. The ball comes. The keeper saves it, and he comes back again. We've played for teams like that. Hackney Marshes. Anyone? I'm sure there's a lot of people who know where Hackney Marshes is. But for those who don't, Hackney Marshes is one of the breeding grounds of where you learn your football, and you learn your football hard. So sometimes the opposition will give you a ref, and the ref won't blow for anything, even a foul, right? You got to put the ball in the back of the net. Sometimes, offside. What do you mean it's offside? I've done it from the halfway line. There's no other players there. So what do you mean it's offside? So anything. But you learn your football the hard way. That's where you learn it from.
Listen, before I wrap up this one, I just want to go into the poll I put up yesterday, almost straight after the game against Norwich. Man of the match. And again, we were limited for the options there. So out of 883 votes, again, guys, thank you so very much for the votes. We put Aubameyang, Odegaard, Saka, Tomiyasu, and other. Yeah, to kind of cover all our bases there. So now 5% Bukayo Saka. 8% was other player. Again, we're not sure which player. 14% Odegaard. Wow. Aubameyang, 24%, Ralph. Tomiyasu, top set with 49%. So Tomiyasu, for the subscribers, was the man of the match yesterday. Wow.
Okay.
Goodness. Yeah, man. Very, very interesting. You know what? We've come to an end. Inside an hour, just inside. 59 minutes and 45 seconds on this Sunday morning catch-up show here. Yeah, I kind of like post-game reaction, maybe. Listen, Post-game reactions, I don't do them anymore. Don't do them anymore. Yeah, I'd rather watch or do something else more interesting than do post-game reactions. But nonetheless, we've kind of done one today on this Sunday morning catch-up. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I saw the numbers just rise above, what, 34, 35 at any one time. On a Sunday morning, people are probably still sleeping. Or maybe lounging by the pool somewhere in Portugal.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. They catch us up on catch-up eggs.
Yeah. That's a good point, actually. Yeah. But yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will be back tomorrow afternoon. There is not a Monday evening show because, like I said, it's going to be like the odd Monday because Eltel, the Godfather, and James cannot commit themselves to doing the Canon project every single Monday, which is cool, which is fine. But I will not be doing an evening show. I'll be doing a Monday afternoon show on Canon 4 TV. But what you guys can do right about now, like it says, subscribe. That's all you've got to do. Just subscribe and listen, and maybe come to the live chat and give us some of your thoughts. Keep it clean, by the way. Keep it clean. Ralph, thank you for coming and joining me on the Sunday morning show, man. All
No
good.
problem. No problem.
Yeah.
I think I'll be wearing my shades and my baseball cap now.
I'll say nothing, man. Anyway, guys, thank you for joining on this one, and enjoy your morning, your afternoon, or your evening. Enjoy your weekend. And you have been watching Canon for the channel for Arsenal fans all over this.